Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by the shop. It's Chuck, and I appreciate you visiting, spending some time with me. This morning I got my youngest boy here with me, Timmy. He's 26, and he's my pal, my bud. You say, can you wave to the camera? Can you wave? Oh, big wave. Come on, a big wave. Atta boy, huh? Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Well, I called this video wish list, and he's tired. That's why he's doing this. I call this video wish list, and we'll have some stuff here to show you on the wish list. First thing I wanted to show you though was I got a friend of mine, Tim, called me up and said, or sent me an email, said, are you interested in some 1018 slugs? And I said, sure, how much? And he said, well, we'll figure it out later, some welding or some machining, trade you. So I know the cost, but I don't know the price. No, I know the price, but I don't know the cost. I screwed that line up, damn it. Anyway, great pieces. They're turned on the bottom and milled on the top, and they're within a couple of thousandths of each other. I think I'm going to actually take one set and get them just tits and use them for standoffs on the mill, vertical standoffs if I need them. But ended up getting me 6 of these, and really nice pieces. So let's go on the wish list. On the wish list, I think this wasn't my wish list. I've had these for some time. I think most of you guys have a set of transfer punches. They're inexpensive and handy to have in the shop. Well, lately on my wish list, I was wishing for another set of transfer punches. Let me show you. Hang on there, Tim boy. How's that for a set of transfer punches? Set runs from 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and it's missing one punch here, a 33/64, and one got shortened for a job. I saw these on Craigslist, got a hold of the guy, and he wanted $25 for the set. It's made in USA. It's not China junk like this one is, and awesome set. So the problem was he was a little over, probably hour and 20 minutes from my house, and I asked him if he was near a specific city, as I was guessing, and he says no, but my dad lives there. I says, oh really? I said, well, I got a buddy that I play golf with every Saturday. Is there a chance you can get him to your dad, and my buddy will go over to your dad's? And he says, yeah. He goes, I'll do that right now. Take care of it. So pretty sweet. My buddy went and picked them up for me and delivered them on Saturday. Today's Sunday, and got a heck of a set of transfer punches for 25 bucks. You couldn't buy the case or probably scrap metal for just all the punches. It weighs a ton. So really excited about that, and let's move on to a little other improvements. Oh, let's see. You can probably see. Hey, sit up for a second, Tim. If you look behind us, you can see both of the surface grinders. I moved them to the back of the shop. The older one, I need to still clean it and put it together for moving it. And then the other one, I still need to do the oiling system. I just haven't been getting much done. Well, I did get something done, and got the shop somewhat cleaned and got something else done. Old Trump wants to build a wall. Well, old Charlie here, we built a wall here also. I'm not going to keep illegals out, but well, there could be some illegals around here in our family. I don't know. But let's go take a look at the Walla Walla. Hey, bud, come on, sit up. Sit up. Huh? Well, just a quick shot of the wall. It's installed. I got to get a door, and it's still dark in here. Got to do all the electrical. But the wall's in, and then you can see up top here, I had to block off the attic. So we just used door skin material, very lightweight, and then sealed all the joints and cracks up there with foam. Keep all the sawdust over here. So the Walla Walla is built, And next up is electrical. Started digging out all the stuff that I have and wrote up an order. In earlier videos, you guys have seen the cast iron table that's there on the straps that's being held on the chain hoist up there. And you've also seen the lift table that I had picked up. And the lift table is 30 inches and the cast iron table is 30 inches. So I've been going back and forth on what to do with it. Whether to cut the table or cut the lift table here so it would fit, or make some sort of adapter so it just doesn't fit but it works. Been going round and round. Well, I mentioned that Tim came by with those 1018 slugs, and he took a look at it and he had a pretty good idea. So we're going to go handheld, and you'll have to excuse a little bit of bouncing, but let's try that, and I'll discuss what he thought of, which I thought was pretty good, but I don't think I'm going to go there. So he got underneath the table here, and he looked and he said, well, that channel iron is just welded to the bottom of this tabletop right here. So why not just cut those welds and take the top off, rather than, I was thinking about sectioning the top so it would fit inside of here, right here. And I looked at it and I went, that's a damn pretty good idea. It's simple to take a cut-off wheel and cut those welds and pop this top off. And if we look over here, if we get underneath the table, you can see that there's two ribs here, and that the channel iron would sit between there. Well, then I got the issue of this is about 8 1/4 inches wide, and the channel iron is only about 6 inches wide. So now I have a situation of connecting the two, how I would do that. And I've contemplated it, and I think the situation there is that I'd have to make some sort of good mechanical attachment on that, so that I wouldn't have a situation where the table would tilt, since it's much wider. It's wider than the top that's there now. So with all that said, I really liked his idea, but I'm not going to go there. I think I'm going to go back to my original idea, and I'm going to cut this top. By cutting this top, I end up with much more support for tipping underneath here. So it'll be sitting on the two ribs, and then I'll have blocks further out on the table to support it. And I'll cut it tight on the lengthways, and I think that's going to be the better situation. So that's on my list of things to get done here. It's a great lift table. I'm not big on the color. It may get painted gray. Okay, just a little more thinking on this. So if I went and if I sectioned this top so that it fits underneath, it's 1.5 inches. I don't know if that's coming up. 1.5 inches. So when it sits on the ribs, the top's going to show. So that means, I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks blurry to me, but that's 1 3/8 inches. So this edge would show right here. So if I'm going to do that, I need to section that, put all this back together so that it would be consistent all the way around. So I may go back to Tim's idea. cut that loose, fit it, and then deal with the support underneath here instead. It would sit under here. That's 2 3/4, and the channel iron's 2 inches, so it'll all be hidden. Gotta make a decision and move it on. I think Tim may have the idea. All right, let's give it some hell and see what happens here. Well, enough of a light show. We'll bring you back when it's cut. Well, I decided it's easier to grind this table if I remove it off the base here. So just using the hoist and getting that free, and I move the cast iron to another cart. So I get this down on the ground and turn it over. Okay, now we can get some work done in a civilized manner. Well, the surgery was successful. It's loose now. So I will go ahead and clean up all the grinds on it. You don't have to watch that. You can see the different tools: Sawzall, grinder, air grinder. Sawzall worked great. Unfortunately, my cutoff wheel wasn't deep enough, so I was having a problem reaching in with the cutoff wheel. Otherwise, it would have been really quick. And I didn't have a larger cutoff wheel for my bigger grinder, but I got it. So I'll clean things up and we'll take a look. Okay, it's ready for Craigslist. 1 tabletop. Call this working smarter, not harder. Chuck of old have been lifting that. Okay, well, it's back together. Now we'll set the cast iron top on it and figure out some attachment. Okay, Memorial Day, having some fun in the shop. So I'm going to put pressure screws in here. I've already drilled and tapped one. I got it set up here on the drill press. I've got these arms that are from my mill that bolt to the table for support, and using an angle block to get everything lined up. So we'll do a little drilling and then we'll do a little tapping. Yeah.
Any chance they can borrow a vehicle so they go golfing?
Yeah.
Which one?
Take the Mercedes.
Alright.
Get this out of here and then go to the next hole. Okay, maybe not the quickest, but I'm having fun using my tapping head and using the drill press. So we'll move over and keep on going. Okay, the table's mounted, and let me show you how I did the attachment underneath. So you can see I've got 6 bolts that are acting as pressure pushing out on the ribs. They keep the table locked on the onto the channel iron there. So it's a fun little fix, and another wish list item is completed. Just one other item. So at closing, we're at 46.5 when it's in its highest position. And in its lowest position, we're at 30.5. So great working heights to work in between whatever I need to do. One of the reasons, just closing again, keeping this, as you can see, it can adjust to the same height as my welding table. And now I have a nice support that I can move around for longer items. So it works out sweet. Well, here comes the Mercedes coming back in from a test ride. Hoping the guy will buy it, but almost don't want to sell it. We'll see. Well, we're going to throw a little cooking here at the end. So I'm going to show you a quick way to get real tender ribs fast. So a couple racks of baby backs there, 2 racks, and we're going to season them up. I like using lemon pepper and garlic salt. I'll flip those over and then we'll go on to the cheat. Okay, well, while the ribs are absorbing the salt and pepper there, getting ready, this isn't the cheat I'm going to show you, but this is a necessary item when you want to enjoy yourself. So this is a Bomberito special. So not an expensive tequila, and you got to measure it just right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got to be able to count to 5. And then a little squirt. A little swizzle. You got to use a swizzle stick. And cheers, guys. We'll move on with some cooking. Oh, that's good. Got to try it. Bomberito Special, squirt in tequila. And I found that using this tequila, the Cuervo Gold, I like the best. Expensive tequilas just don't do it for this drink. Okay, here's the cheat to make very tender ribs very quickly. So you put the ribs in the pot. Wash your hands. Got the ribs in the pot. They're looking good. Hey, they need something else. And we'll give them a couple bottles of beer. Yep. You can use any beer. We just happen to have some Rolling Rock. That's what we're using today. And this pot is a pressure cooker. So we're going to pressure cook the ribs for about, on high for about around 10 minutes. And once they come out of there, they're going to be nice and tender. And then we throw them on the barbecue and get some good, nice grilling on it and get the barbecue sauce on it. So let me get these guys closed up and fired up. If you guys haven't used a pressure cooker before, there's settings 1, 2 for how much pressure you want in the pot. There's a lock that locks the top. It's a locking top. And then there's an indicator here once there's steam pressure within the pot. You can't unlock it with the pressure built up in it. And then once you're done cooking, you can release the steam. So fire's on, and we're gonna have some tender ribs here really quick. Okay guys, here's the ribs out of the pressure cooker. Not super appetizing, but very tender. You can see they're basically cooked, and now they're going to go on the grill and finish them up on the grill with some bullseye barbecue sauce. Got one problem here. I think there's a leak in my cup. Got to fill that sun gun up. All right, let's hit the barbecue. Okay, they're done. Little grilling down on the low rack. Get some char on it, and then just finish them up there on top. And you can see the samples are already gone. Okay guys, that's a good cheat. Quick way to do ribs and have them super tender. Do them in a pressure cooker and hit them on the barbecue for, they're probably on there for 15 minutes if they're lucky. Have it on a hot grill. Alright, hey, thanks for stopping by my channel. Hope you're hungry right now, and we'll see you next Tuesday.